Hello everyone, I'm Bethany with Texas Women's University Fitness and Recreation, and this is our choreographed Pilates for the week. We will start with our playlist titled Hi-Fi Pilates 3, and we will begin on our backs, entering from imprint into release. So we are here, reclined. Imprint, release, tucking the pelvis, release. Imprint, release, imprint, release. Imprint, release, imprint, release. Hip release, opens, lengthens, parallel, draw it in. Open, lengthen, parallel, and in. Open, lengthen, parallel, and in. Open, lengthen, parallel, other leg, open, lengthen, parallel, in, open, lengthen, parallel, and in, open, lengthen, parallel, and in, open, lengthen, parallel, and in, scissors, open, together, open, together, open, together, open, together. Working with breathing that works for you, either an inhale or an exhale on the center movement. Keeping with the scissors. Then we'll go to the hip release on the first leg, other direction. So it's lengthen, rotate, bend the knee, draw it in. Lengthen, rotate, bend the knee, draw in. Lengthen, rotate, bend, draw in, lengthen, rotate, bend, other side, lengthen, rotate, bend, draw in, lengthen, rotate, bend, draw in, two more, lengthen, rotate, bend, and in, lengthen, rotate, bend, back to scissors, scissor, and in, scissor, and in. Drawing the spine and the belly button together for support. And working with the breath pattern that makes the most sense for you. Almost to the circles. Last one. Hold it here. We're going to take it up, circle around, up, circle around, up, and circle, up, and circle, up, and 4, up, 3, up, 2, up, last one. Now it comes down, circle up, down, circle up, down, circle up, down, circle up. You have 4, 3, 2, 1, back to scissors, scissor, and scissor, together, scissor, together, scissor, together. Keeping with the scissors. Almost there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hold the center and reach up at the diagonal in a curl. Curling up and down. Curl up and down. Nodding the head as you curl. It's an ab prep with the arms reaching at the diagonal. Curl and down. 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 Curl. Almost there. Keep this going all the way to the end. And then we'll get to our glute song. Here we are at the glute song. So it's more of the same, but we're going to tilt and roll it all the way up. Rolling it up, and then rolling it right back down to neutral. Then rolling it right back up again, and rolling it right right back down to neutral. Working with those knees, making sure they stay parallel all the way up to the hips, and taking it back up, and taking it back down, and then we're going to take it up. We're going to hold it here, then we're going to lift and lower those heels, holding this bridge position. Nice and slow at first, lifting the heels, lowering, lifting and lowering, and rolling it back down. And then we're going to take it again. Rolling it up and rolling it down and rolling it back up and rolling it down. Rolling it right back up again and rolling it right back down to neutral and back again, coming up and rolling it back down and then back in, again up and rolling it down and then rolling it back up and rolling it back down. Now roll it up. Lift those heels, hold. Now lower and lift. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Keeping this position. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Last one. Hold it here. Hover and up. And hover and up. Hover and up. Last one. Hover and up. Heels lift. Lift. Lower. 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 Lift. Now pulse. Pulse. Slow. Pulse. Pulse, careful the tracking of the knees, pulse, 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 almost there, pulse. Oh, I'm going to have such glutes of steel after this. Keep pulsing and breathing. Almost there. Last 2, 1. Lower the heels and roll that spine down. Okay, those are very warm. And we have another song that's glutes. So here we go. Whew. All right, tilt and release. Tilt, release, 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 tilt, right leg up and lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, in a hinge, lift, lower, lift, lower. Foot comes down, roll the spine down, and then back up. Then back down, and then back up. Other leg comes up. Lower and lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Lower, working with that hinge. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Bend that knee. Hold it here. Squeezing the glutes up. Rolling down and up. Here we go. Down, 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4, and up. And down. And up. And down. And up. Hold it here. Now we'll repeat. 8 on one leg in the air. 8 on the other. So we'll just go ahead and extend that leg up. Still breathing. And then we'll start with that lower and lift. Almost there. All right, ready? Maybe? Yes? Okay, here we go. Lower, lift, lower, and lift. Lower, and lift, lower, and 4, 3, keep breathing, 2, 1, switch the legs, lift and lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, 4, 3, 2, 1, but now we've got to hold it up because we held the other one up forever. So we're just going to hold it and breathe and squeeze those glutes. Almost every last note. And then we can bend the knee and roll those hips down. Okay. Rolling over to your front. Hands stacked. Forehead comes away from hands. Legs turned out, shoulder distance apart. Take it up and down. 4 counts. Up, 2, 3, 4, and down. Using the back line to take you up, up, and down. Keep with this. Keep breathing, either an inhale or an exhale on the way up. Keep breathing. Squeeze the glutes to help support. Now, rest the forehead down. Right leg up and down. Up and 2. Up. Up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other leg. Take it up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, hands and torso come up together. Belly button draws away from the mat. Shoulders coming down the back. We're going to hold it here and breathe. Glutes are on. Legs are staying on the mat. Now we're going to lower and lift. Here we go. Lower, lift, 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 lower, lift. Right leg up and down. Head and hands on the mat. 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other leg. Lift. 1 and down. 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands frame the chest. Press it back through a cat back and a child's pose. Slide the hands back. Press into the floor for a shell stretch. Breathing deep. And exhale. Slide the hands forward. Draw the chest through for a cow pose. And curl that back into a cat. And slide it back down. Head on the hands. Rotate the legs out. Take the heels together, and we're going to pray straight to the ceiling. Squeezing the heels together, pressing the heels together and up. Legs are rotated, and we're pulsing real small, straight to the ceiling as we squeeze the heels together. Almost there. And your head is here. Almost there. Keep breathing. Woo! Yep. Lengthen those legs. Shift it back. Take a shell stretch. And then come onto your backs. Fingertips reaching long. And we're going to curl it up nice and slow on a 4 count. And then we're going to roll it back down on another 4 count. And then we're going to roll it back up. And then we're going to roll it back down. And take it back up. And take it back down. And take it back up. And take it back down. And take it back up. Working with the breath, exhaling on the way up. Inhaling on the way down. Last one. take it back down, leave it here, float the legs up, and down, and down, up, up, and down, and down. The knee keeps the same shape, so does the hip, but the hip is what's helping to move as opposed to just coming from the hip. It's an ab motion. Now we're going to curl it back up and take it back down and curl it back up and take it back down and curl it back up and take it back down and curl it back up and take it back down. This one's different. Curl it back up, float the legs up to tabletop, and then float them back one at a time to the mat. And then float them back up and take them back down. Keep with this. Floating it up and down and down. I don't know if you can see me shaking, but I'm shaking. And I'm also pouring sweat down my face. But that's cool because fitness. And float them up and down and down. Last one up and up. Roll you down. Single leg stretch, reclined. Lengthen one leg, then take it back. Lengthen the other, and back to that tabletop. Lengthen the first leg, and tabletop. Second leg, and tabletop. With control, using the glutes to lengthen the front of the hip. And we'll keep going back and forth through here for a few more counts. Doing good. Almost there. Nice and slow and even. All right, and we can give those knees a brief squeeze. And we can set those feet on the ground and take the hands behind the head if you would like. Coming into more ab prep. Here we go. Curl and down. Curl and down. Curl and down. Curl and down. Exhaling each time we come up. Curling up and down. And thinking of drawing that belly button to the spine the entire time. And letting those shoulders glide down the back. Now when we get to the chorus, which is basically here, we're going to take it into bicycles. Center. Bicycle. And center, little faster. Bicycle, center, bicycle, center, bicycle, center, bicycle, center, bicycle, center, bicycle, center. Last two. Last one. Keep the legs here. Curl it up and down and up and down. Or if you'd rather not have the legs in tabletop, you can take them back to the floor. Curl and down, curl and down, curl and down, curl. Last one, curl it up and bicycle together and bicycle together and bicycle together and bicycle. Keeping with this, rotating through the obliques. Now roll you down. Take the knees into the chest for a moment. Take the hands to a low V on the floor. Come back to your tabletop. We're going to rotate over, extend through the hamstrings, bend back to center. We'll take it to the other side. Lengthen, bend, and center. Rotate, lengthen, bend, center. Rotate, lengthen, bend, and center. Curl it up and down. And down, and if you want more of a challenge, you can come out to a 45 here. Curl and down, curl and down. 2, 1. Thankful for bicycles. Bicycle together, bicycle together, bicycle together, and bicycle together. Keeping with this. And if you want to go double time, you'd be here. And that is always a choice as well. But I'm going to be the slower version because my abs are really feeling this. And almost there. And last one. Roll it down. Take the knees in. Let's see where we're going next. We're going to come to our rolling down, and then we're going to roll it up, stacking the spine nice and even. Fingertips are just a tactile to help you know kind of how to curl yourself down on yourself like you're rolling a sleeping bag down upon itself, and then back up. We have two more. Curling down, and curling back up, and last one. Curling down, 2, 3, 4, and up, 2, 3. Float the arms, small half roll backs. Thinking of lengthening through the front of the hip and curling through the abdominals to support you. Arms are in sort of a zombie position. They can face one another, or they face the floor. We want our shoulders to be nice and relaxed, as opposed to up to our ears. Almost there. Keep breathing. And let's stack it up. And then we're going to roll it down. Ready? Rolling it down. And then rolling it up. 2, 3, and 4. Take it down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 2 more. Down. 2, 3, 4. Up. 2, 3, 4. Down. 2, 3, 4. Up. 2, 3, and half roll backs. Feeling the abs contract each time as we come back here. Palm and shoulder orientation either down or inside, so long as those shoulders are relaxed and gliding down the back. But we'll be here in our small pulses. Almost there. And take it up. And then we're going to roll back and sweep. And then we're going to take it back up. And roll back and sweep the other direction. And then we're going to go faster and up. Faster, up, rotate, up, roll back, and up. For your obliques, roll back. And then we'll take this all the way to the end. Working with a breath that makes sense to your body. Almost there. And we're done. All right. We should be coming to a 4-point stance. Tucking the toes. And we're going to come to a hover. And then we'll set those knees back down. And then we're lifting back up. And set them back down. And take them back up. And set them back down. Now take it up. And step back and back. And then in. And then in. Same foot leads. Step it back. And back. Then in. And in. A little faster. Stepping back and back and in. And in. Stepping back, back, in, and in. Back, back, in, and in. Last one, back, back, in, and in. We can set those knees down for a second. And then we're lifting back up. And set them back down. And then back up. And set them back down. And up. And back down. Last one, up. And back down. Now we're going to take it up. Other footsteps back. And then back in, and then back in. Then one more, back, and back, then in, and then in. A little faster. Step it back and in, and then back in. Back, back, in, and in. Back, back, in, and in. Back, back, in, and in. Set those knees down. Lengthen one leg. Take the same arm up. And take it over. Holding here and balancing. Take it back up. Take it back down. Let that knee land. We're going to lengthen the other leg. Rotate it open. Take it up. Take the arm back up over. And then up. And then we'll rotate it all the way back down. And we'll alternate. So we'll step it back and in and back in. Other foot leads. Back, in, and then in. Back, in, and back, in, and in. Again, back, in, and in. Back, in, and in. Alternating each time. Back, in, and in. And back, in, and in. Back, and drop those knees, and sit it back to a child's pose. Snake those hands back, frame the legs, press into a shell stretch, and we'll come to a pinwheel shape for our cool down song. We will plant the hand and we'll inhale it up and over, and then we'll take it up and down. Other side is going to come up and over, hand up, and then back down. A little bit faster. Up and over, up and down, up and over, up and down, up and over, up and down, and up and over, and up and down. Plant this hand. We're going to flip the palm. We're going to sweep it up, squeeze the glutes, coming onto the front parts of the legs. Get some nice lateral flexion. Breathing here. And then we're going to sweep it forward and around. And then we'll take that counter pose up and over. And then we'll take it back up and down. Then we can take our pinwheel here and switch it around. Planting the hand. We're going to take it up and over and up and down. Flip the other hand up and over and up and down. A little bit faster. Up, over, up and down. Up, over, up and down. Up and over, up and down. Last one. Up and over and up and down. Coming into that siren pose, we're going to take it up and over, squeezing the glutes, getting some nice lateral flexion. Breathing nice and deep. And then we'll sit the hips back, around you, forward as we sweep the arm, and then we'll take the counter pose. And then we'll take it up and over. We'll swivel the legs once more. And then we'll take that siren up and over, squeezing the hips. And then we'll take the chest to the ceiling. And then we'll round all the things as we sit the hips back down and come up. Pinwheel out the legs the other direction one more time, planting the hands, sweeping the arm up and over, squeezing the glutes forward. And then taking the chest to the ceiling. And then rounding all the things as you sit the hips back. And then taking that counter pose up and over. And then up and back down. All right, you guys, we can pivot that leg in and take one last final breath in and up. And then we'll exhale down together. Thank you for joining me for our choreographed cardio Pilates. I will see you guys next week.